Today what we're going to be starting out with is we're going to be going out and taking digital pictures of what you'd like to work with your one-point perspective. When you start going out and taking your one-point perspective photos, what you need to make sure is that you have a really strong one-point perspective. So in this one, I'm looking down the hallway and you can see that it's getting smaller and smaller in the distance. It has really nice strong lines. That's going to be a great one-point perspective photo for me to work from. Another one that I have here, that's another hallway picture. A second option for you to work from is if you are going to completely draw the one-point perspective on your own. And in this one, you can tell that I took a picture of the texture of the floor. So here's a texture of the floor. And what I'm going to do with this one is then open up a hole in the ground, much like, if you'll remember back to this one, instead of the tiles of the school, you can tell that I have the wood floor planks of a wood floor, and then I have the hole going down like down in the center. So there's two different directions you can go with this. And this one, if you're going to be drawing this kind of with the hole going down to add a little bit more difficulty to it, go ahead and make sure that you have your shoe in there. If you have sandals on, I don't know if you're going to want to, I don't want to draw toes, but if you have a regular shoe on, that's going to be a little bit easier. So let's go ahead and take another look here. This one is me outside, and with this one you can tell I have my foot once again, and I also have the asphalt. And for this one, once again, I'm just looking for trying to get that texture down of what it's going to look like. So on this one, this is what I started out with. This one, I have the texture of the asphalt right here that I'm drawing on here, and then I have my city as if it's going to be falling, or a hole cracking open on that one. So once again, there's my shoe. I was wearing a shoe on that one when I took that photo. All right, another one that we can work with is another really strong one-point perspective is a brick wall. If you take a picture outside of a brick wall, just make sure that you get really close to some of those bricks, and you can see that it has the one-point perspective as it goes away from those. And I did two different versions of my brick wall. With this one, it has I even drew a ladder in there. You are most definitely going to need to add a little bit because that brick wall is going to be kind of boring to draw. So I did a ladder, and then on this one I drew a bubble. So I pretended like there was a bubble that was on the outside of it, and I kind of worked on how to bend that around the bubble. On this one, I played around a little bit more with it. I'm still working on this one. Once again, I drew the same brick wall and I drew that same bubble, except this time I chose a second vanishing point. I don't know if you can see the dot over here, but here's my first vanishing point. My second vanishing point is way over here on the side. And what I did is any of the lines here, I took them back to the vanishing point. That's right over here. And I made it look as if it is a hole that's getting kind of taken out from the inside of that brick wall outside. Something else I did with this, and that you're going to be working with, is something called line weight. With your line weight, it helps with the three-dimensionality of your project. And some of the line weight that you can see in my project is when your objects are very close to you, they are very crisp and clear with their lines, and as things get further and further away, this was like a medium lightweight or line weight, so it's kind of a medium, like you're writing on a piece of paper. And this down here is supposed to be getting lighter and lighter, so you can kind of ease off on the pencil pressure, and it's not going to be as crisp and clear back there. That's going to help with the making it look more three-dimensional. So we'll talk more about line weight as we get started on your actual projects. But to begin with today, you are going to be taking your digital photographs of what you would like to work with, and after today we will have those photos printed just on a black and white. So we're going to print those out for you, and you can have a reference of what yours is going to look like. And then we are going to be drawing, once again, we have two different options. You can go from here and draw like more of a forward facing, or if you wanted to get a little bit more of your own imagination and creativity, you're going to be drawing a texture. So I have the texture here. On this one it's the asphalt, and this one it is the wood floor. Another option is like the tile floor in here. You're going to be drawing that, and then you're going to be drawing an opening in the ground, and then your perspective inside of that. All right, 2 options today. Please go ahead and start thinking and taking pictures of what you'd like to work with.